To begin, you will need to safely raise and support the vehicle. Remove the front wheel well liners and under tray, remove the front bumper cover, and drain the coolant system. Please see our articles and videos on all of these procedures for additional assistance by following the link provided at the end of this video. When draining the coolant system, take the time to give all of your hoses a good inspection and replace as needed. The system needs to be vacuum filled, so replace any suspect bleed line or coolant hoses. You will need to detach the coolant hoses, red arrows, and the bleed line, blue arrow. Place a drip pan to catch any coolant that may be remaining in these lines. For each of the coolant hoses, undo the spring clamp, red arrow, from the hen connection and pull out the hose. You will need to replace the O-rings. Use a flathead screwdriver or pick to remove the old O-ring. You should always replace these O-rings whenever you remove the hose from the connection. During installation, you will need to apply Porsche coolant gasket lubricant or equivalent to the O-ring before reinserting it into the connection. For the bleed line, use a flathead screwdriver to unclip the push clip and pull it off the line. You are going to remove the air diverters. There is a temperature sensor on the passenger side diverter indicated by the blue arrow, but not on the driver's side. This sensor is held by a friction fit and can be pulled out from the back of the diverter. Release the 3 plastic clips along the 4 edges of the diverters, red arrows. Disconnect the electrical connections for the temperature sensor from behind the diverter, indicated by the red arrow. If your vehicle has a center radiator, you will need to disconnect the hose by removing the spring clamp and pull the hose out, red arrow. Be sure to have a drip pan under this area if you are disconnecting the hose and check the O-ring before installation. Remove the one 8mm fastening screw holding the condenser to the radiator indicated by the red arrow. During installation, this will be tightened to 5 Nm or 3.5 foot-pounds. Pull the condenser out of the 2 side retaining lugs, blue arrow, and suspend it on the body with a zip tie, red arrow. Do not open the AC lines. Remove the 2 13mm bolts holding the bottom of the radiator, red arrows. During installation, this will be tightened to 23 Nm or 17 foot-pounds. Remove the 1 13mm bolt with the washer holding the top of the radiator, red arrow. During installation, again, this will be tightened to 23 Nm or 17 foot-pounds. Press the yellow fixing clip together, red arrow, to disengage the radiator and then pull the radiator out. Place the radiator on a flat workbench. Pull the cable out of the mount clip and unclip the rest of the wire, red arrows. Remove the 2 T30 Torx screws on the side of the radiator, red arrows. During installation, this will be tightened to 10 Nm or 7.5 foot-pounds. Remove the 5 plastic clips with needle nose pliers holding on the air guide, red arrows. Remove the 4 plastic clips with needle nose pliers holding the fan motor cover, red arrows. Remove the 3 10mm screws on the side of the shroud, red arrows. During installation, these will be tightened to 10 Nm or 7.5 foot-pounds. Use a set of hose clamp pliers to undo the wire clamp and remove the hose. You can now remove the fan frame from the radiator and the fan. You can now remove and replace the fan. Installation is the reverse of removal. Make sure to lightly coat all O-rings and hose connections with a little Porsche coolant gasket lubricant or equivalent. Then you must vacuum bleed your coolant system. If the system does not hold vacuum, then you have a leak somewhere. Please see our article and video on coolant flush and fill for additional assistance if needed by following the link provided at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.